Who needs boring posters when you can make one of your own in Photoshop in just a few clicks? Join me as I show you how to design your very own eye-catching poster featuring the one and only king himself, Elvis Presley. Don't forget to subscribe to Envato Tips Plus for more free courses and tutorials. I'm Ashley Harrell, and in this tutorial, you will learn how to create a poster that is sure to impress. So get ready to roll in your blue suede shoes for some creative fun. Create a new document. I will be working with inches. Change the width to 11.25 and the height should be 17.25. Resolution 300 and color mode CMYK. Now open up your black leather background. Rename your layer and drag it over to your Elvis poster. Resize it so that it's about 54% and rotate it so that it's vertical. Now duplicate this layer and we're going to flip this horizontal. Now take these two layers and place it within a group and duplicate them. Flip these two layers vertically and drag it down to the bottom. Rename this group Leather. Now apply a brightness and contrast layer on top. Brightness should be -35 and the contrast should be 24. Now open up Illustrator and open up your vintage labels. Now we're going to select this flower here on the fourth artboard and we're going to isolate it. Copy the flower and place it within your Elvis poster and make sure you paste it as a smart object. Rotate it horizontal and place it at the top of your document. Rename your layer and duplicate it. Now rotate it again and place one in each corner. Now place these flowers within a group and name them flowers. Change this layer to dissolve with a 70% opacity. Now double-click one of the flowers layer and we will apply a stroke. Change the size to 5. Position should be outside. Blend mode normal. Opacity 100%. Now we're going to add a gradient. For the first one, we will use AA812D. For the next one, use FCBB14. For the third color stop, use AA812D. And for the last one, use FCBB14. And everything else remains the same. Now let's apply a gradient overlay. For the first color stop, use 6F0F11. For the last color stop, use ED1C24. And everything else remains the same. Now we're going to right-click this layer and copy layer style and select all the other flower layers and paste this layer style. Now create a new document within Illustrator that's the same size as the one in Photoshop. Load the glitter vector brushes in the Brushes tab. Now use the pen tool and make a straight line. Change your fill to none, and your stroke should be B28536. Select stud 6 from the Glitters brush tab. Now here you can play around with your weight, but for this example, I will be using 0.35. Now here, make a pattern using various weights and various glitter brushes. Copy this and paste it within your Photoshop document and place it on one side. Rename this layer. Duplicate this layer. And now we're going to flip this one horizontal. And adjust it a little bit more if you need to. And now I'm going to pop back over to Illustrator and I'm going to add a couple more studs at the top. And of course, paste them as a smart object. Rename your layer. Duplicate it and flip it horizontal and place it on the other side. Now here what I'm doing is just basically taking a screenshot of what I have and popping back over to Illustrator and placing this screenshot. After I move all my other beads off to the side, I'm going to place it here on my document because now I will be adding beads to the flowers and I just want to make sure that I line it up correctly. And just use your pen tool to create various lines along the path of the flowers. Change the color to red. And copy and paste it within your document. And do this for the rest of the flowers as well. And to keep everything organized, place it within a group and name it beads. Now we're going to open up our guitarist photo and rename our layer. Now go to select subject. As you can see, we have an active selection around our subjects. I don't want to include the woman in this one, so here I am making a selection around her, and I will subtract from the selection. Now the select subject feature in Photoshop is not perfect. I'm going to clean it up a bit and go around the areas that wasn't selected. Create a mask from it, drag it over into your document, place the guitarist within a group, and apply a hue and saturation layer on top. Right-click, create clipping mask, change the saturation to 60 and the lightness to 12. Now we're going to add a brightness and contrast adjustment layer. And set the brightness to -21 and the contrast to 100. Now create a new layer on top, and I'm just renaming this hair shading, and of course create clipping mask. Use a soft black brush. And here I'm using my eyedropper to get the hair color. Double click the guitarist layer and add a drop shadow. For the shadow, I will be using 181718. The opacity will be 98%. The angle will be 146. The distance will be 96. Spread should be 0, and the size should be 98. And create a new layer and use a soft black brush to add a shadow that covers the bottom portion of our poster. Change this layer to multiply. Now open up the Gold Frame Photoshop file. And use your selection tool here, outline the right side of the frame and copy it. And now we're going to drag it into our document. Resize it so that it goes halfway down the poster. Duplicate it and drag this one to the bottom portion. And of course, select both of these layers and we will flip these horizontal and place them on the other side, and just keep repeating this process so that you create a gold frame along the edges. Now our gold frame is looking a bit dull, so let's brighten it up and make it a bit more dramatic. Place this within a group, and we're going to apply a gradient overlay. Change the blend mode to Vivid Light. And make sure the opacity is at 100%. Now here for this first color, I will be using black. And then for the next color stop, use white. And we will repeat these same colors. Now on top of the white sections, we will change the opacity to 0%. and over the black color stops, change the opacity to 100%. Change the angle to 41 degrees, and the scale should be 100. Now we want this gold to pop a little bit more, so let's add a brightness and contrast layer above it. Set the brightness to -22 and the contrast to 100. Open up the 02 Photoshop file from the Treasure Text Effects folder. Double-click the thumbnail, and here I will write out the word Elvis. For the letters E and L, I will be using the font Modeco. And for the letters VIS, I will be using Brisane. And then go back to your original document and delete a couple folders so that the Smart Object and the Text Effect folder remains. I am playing around with some of the effects here, like applying a red color gradient overlay to the color folder. I'll place it within a group and I am going to name it Movie Title. Make sure you get rid of the drop shadow that is on this text effect as well. Right-click, convert to Smart Object. Now open up your Sunray file. Delete all of the layers except for 2 and 3. Change the colors to black. And drag them over into your document above the movie title folder. Place your rays so that it's centered. Change this layer to multiply with an opacity of 10%. Place this within a group. Now let's list out the cast using the font Burton. Now open up your Gold Wave file and drag it over into your document and make sure that it covers all of your text. And of course, rename it and make sure you place your cast within a group and right-click, create clipping mask. Create a new layer above it and I will name this layer Flares. Go to your Brushes tab And here I've already loaded the lens flare and stars brushes. Use a soft brush and change your foreground color to white, and select various brushes and place them along the edge of the frame. And now double click this layer and apply an inner glow. Change the blend mode to hard light. The opacity should be 52%. And the color should be ED2024. The technique should be softer. Source should be edge, choke should be 0, and size should be 0. Now let's add an outer glow. Change the blend mode to overlay, opacity 100%. And now for the color, use F68C1F. And change the size to 95 pixels. Now place the lens flare within a group and change this layer to hard light with an opacity of 90%. And that is how you make a one-of-a-kind Elvis movie poster. So if you like this video and you would like to see more, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe for more fantastic tutorials. Check out Envato Elements, get unlimited downloads of design assets, templates, and fonts like the one used in this tutorial. Subscribe now with the link in the description. I'm Ashley Harrell. Thanks for watching.